Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bhavna Joshi and I'm taking the subject childhood and growing up. So in this subject today we will discuss about the first topic which is in your unit 2 of childhood and growing up B.Ed 101, that is growth and maturation. So it is very important to know what do you mean by the word maturation. As we have already discussed about the word growth in our previous lectures. So now let's study what is maturation. I have given the two quoted definition over here. Let's discuss it. So the first definition was given by Gary and Kingsley. It says that maturation is the process whereby behavior is modified as a result of growth and development of physical structure. So maturation is the process where your behavior, an individual behavior is modified, and which is due to the growth and development of the physical structure. So the growth and development of the physical structure leads to the modification in behavior. That is the process of maturation. This is said by Gary and Kingsley. Next definition is given by S. Alexandra. It says that maturation is essentially a process of modification from within. So it is something which changes from within, an individual's behavior which changes from within. It is the modification from within, an innate or development of organism and growth in structure and function that occurs by reason of forces inherent in the organism itself. So it says that it is something which is the result of the forces which is already inside an organism. That is something, as per Alexandra, maturation is something which is coming from within. It is the modification which is coming from within. It is the innate forces which is there, which inherent the organism in itself, and that is why there is the process of maturation. So you can say that maturation is essentially a process of modification from within, an innate reasoning or in development of the capacities of the organism. So it is something which comes from within. It is your development of capacities, and it is the modification which comes from within. So next is, now on the basis of the definition, let's discuss about the characteristics of maturation. So maturation, firstly, it is the result of hereditary. Now when I say hereditary, it is the result of hereditary because it is the product of the environment and the hereditary on the whole. So the next characteristics is that it does not necessarily happen along with aging or physical growth, but is a part of growth and development. See, it is a part of growth and development, and it is not something which will surely happen with the age. It is not such that. It is not that due to your physical growth, your aging, your maturation will also takes place. No, it is not so. The effect of the process of maturation continues throughout the development of the individual. Then maturation is the physical, intellectual or emotional process of the development. And it is often not quantifiable because you cannot quantify it. You cannot give a number to a person that you have, okay, you the following person has a maturation of 65 or 70 or 100. No, it is not quantifiable. So it too is mostly influenced by genetic. Like for example, as I have written, a student who become older, that means her brain will be developed in a way that she was able to handle more complex tasks than she could before. So there will be, as you grow older, your brain is developed, which specifically means that you will be able to handle more complex tasks than before. So it is not something that you are quantifying the maturation of the individual, that now your maturation is 65, so you will be able to handle the complex task. No, we cannot measure it. Next is, Maturation helps in the development of inner potential of the human being. Yes, it helps in inner potential of the human being, as I said in the definition also, in the uh, definition which was given by S. Alexandra, that it is the process of modification from within, the innate powers, the innate capabilities which are there in the individual. So same is this, that it helps in the development of the inner potential of human being. Next is, what is the difference between growth and maturation? Is there a difference? As I said in the characteristics, that yes, it is a part of growth and development, and it is the result of hereditary. But is there a difference between growth and development? Yes, there is a difference between growth and development. So let's discuss it. So it is, growth is purely in physical sense. When we are talking about growth, we are talking about the size, the length, the height, and the weight of the individual. Whereas when we are talking about maturation, it is all about change in the shape, like from structure, resulting in improved working as well as functioning also. Now in growth, it measures changes in quantitative aspect. You can quantify it. As I said, growth, you can quantify it. You can give a quantitative aspect, a number to it. But in maturation, it measures quality or character changes. What character changes or what quality changes have occurred in an individual is the maturation of the individual. Then growth is a part of maturation process. It is a part of maturation process. That means maturation is something which is wider and comprehensive also. So growth measures changes in particular aspect of the body, whereas maturation measures changes of an individual as a whole. As a whole, whatever changes is occurring in an individual, that is maturation. Now in growth stops with the maturity attainment, whereas maturation goes on and on. It starts from birth and it goes till the death. So it is a continuous process. Then growth, again, it changes in growth are quantified and observable in nature. You can quantify it. It is very much observable that now, till now, the height of the individual was 4. Now after this much year, the individual height has gone to 5. So that is the, you have measured it, you have observed it, you have quantified it. Whereas in maturation, it involves the qualitative changes, that are difficult to measure. You cannot measure them and you cannot assess through careful observation in behavioral situations. Then is the growth is may or may not bring maturation. It is not necessary that if there is growth of an individual, there will be maturation also. No, it is not possible. It is not important rather. Whereas in maturation is also possible without growth. It is possible without growth. Next is the educational implication of the maturation. First of all, the role of maturation in learning helps the parent or the teacher to know what and when to begin training. So it is very important when a parent and a teacher knows the concept of maturation, they know when and what to begin, how to begin, when to begin the training of an individual. When the child is so much developed, matured, that you can give the exposure of specific learning to the child. Then the knowledge of the role played by maturation suggests that if the child is not old or mature enough to profit by teaching, it has little value for him, and mere time and effort on the part of teacher is wasted. So it is very important when, if as a teacher you don't know that the maturation plays a very important role, then whole teaching is a waste of time. The reason being, because if as a teacher you know that maturation plays a very important role in the in the learning process, in the teaching learning process, then you will know that when a child is mature enough to give him to teach him a specific topic. If you don't know the concept of maturation, if you don't know that this is the right time that the child is mature enough to understand your you to understand what you are teaching, then it is just a mere waste of time and effort by the teacher. Next is, if learning precedes maturation, there is more wastage of time and energy. Learning should begin when the child is ready to learn. This is very important. Readiness principle given by the Thorndike. It is very important that learning should begin when the child is ready to learn. If the child is ready to learn and he is not given guidance or training, his interest is likely to wane. So the thing is ki, it is very important that learning should precede maturation. If it will not be there, then there will be wastage of time and energy. So learning should begin when the child is ready to learn, and when the child is ready to learn, it is very important for the teacher to give him that guidance and training regarding the teaching learning process. If not given at that time when the child is ready, then again every thing which you will teach him later on is just a waste of time. Next is maturation comes with learning, not necessarily with age, which means that it is not that if a old person will be mature enough to understand things. So it is not something that maturation comes with learning, not necessary with age. So as aptly remarked by Ryson, that maturation is necessary but not a sufficient condition for life. Knowledge of growth and maturation assist us in knowing the timely and proper expectation from a child with respect to his physical, mental, and social development. What to expect from the child is can be known if a teacher, a parent know about the maturation process. If they know what role maturation takes place, then they will know that when to expect from the child to give the result. If they have the knowledge of maturation, they will know that when the child is physically, mentally, and socially developed to take your teachings. Next is maturation depends on the environmental factor. This is very important. As I said earlier, also in the characteristics of the maturation, that it is maturation is the product of hereditary as well as the environment. So the environmental factors which are around the individual plays a very important role. Next, growth and maturity knowledge assist us in paying sufficient attention to the environmental conditions, which are crucial for growth and maturity attainment of the child. So growth and maturity knowledge assist us in paying sufficient attention. If as a teacher you have the knowledge of growth and maturity, then you will with the help of the environmental condition, you will be able to give the knowledge to the child, and student will be able to attain maximum knowledge out of it. So these were the educational implication of maturation. So I hope you all understood about the word maturation, its difference between the growth and maturation, and the educational implication for teachers and parents related to maturation. I hope you all understood. Thank you very much.